cut me right off. Cut me right off. Right in the critical point that I was trying to make. And that phone just cut me off. Period. I got a brand new phone, too. You tell me the devil doesn't have control over the phones. I had a phone when I first got it. They gave me a new number. I had the S23 from T-Mobile. Android phone. I had an iPhone and an Android phone. The iPhone was for free, they said. They had a big sign in the window saying, free iPhone. Come on in and see if you qualify. Went in, sure enough, I qualified. A couple months later, I took it back in for service and everything. I says, well, you can fix this. Oh, we can't fix it. You owe money for storage. They shut you down and you got to pay the storage and they'll probably turn you back on. And I says, oh, all right. I says, well, I don't want this phone. Give me another phone. Oh, no, you can't do that. You owe 17 more payments. I said, what are you talking about? I don't owe any payments on this phone. It's for free. You had a big advertisement in the window. Oh, you didn't read the fine print. There's a $37 a month finance charge for services on the phone. And then they hit me with an $18 a month insurance that I didn't even order, that they imposed on me. And I had 4 phones. I'm paying $18 a month for each phone. That's more than I pay for my cars and my house for insurances. I don't know what they got here, $100 million phone or something? I'm telling you, that's what we're letting happen to us. They're pilfering us. The foreign countries are pilfering the United States. We're a bunch of dummies to them. All they have to do is lobby, because we got corruption in government. All we have to do is lobby. And they got your rights under this table, swept under the rug. Just like the guy who made the engine that ran on water. They held a toast for him for delivering human beings from pollution. He took a drink of the toast and he grabbed his throat and ran out. He died in his brother's arms. They killed him. And what did they do with the engine that ran on water? Nobody knows what happened. But that's antiquated now because now there's a new engine. There's the magnetic engine. Let's see them put that under the table. They can't do that. That's just, they found the metal now. This doesn't have to be a heavy metal, holds a big magnetic pole. They can actually fly something in the air with nothing. Just something that will turn them little fans, move it around and everything. And it's light enough, a magnetic pole engine. And everybody's invested in oil right now. Get it out, man. Put it in the magnetic engines. That's the future. They're on the market right now. If you don't believe me, they're on the market. There's a future for the magnetic pole engine. It's like the horse and buggy and the train. Which one's going to win? The technology's going to win. Oh, all you people in oil, and Catholic Church included, invest in magnetic pole engines. They've learned how to curve the magnetic pole so it can be a continuous source of energy without any input at all, just the initial charge. And periodically, a magnet will wear out. Well, you have to get a new magnet or have it charged somehow. I don't know what the future of that is. That's a whole new technology. I have a 4-year degree from Florida Technological University. I graduated in 1978. I was an industrial arts teacher for BOCES. And I went out and tried to invent my own magnetic engine. Matter of fact, I got a picture of it. I got one right here. I got one started. It generates 9 volts. You wouldn't believe it. I did it myself. Let me show you. Oh, man, it's heavy though. See, that's why I'm glad that they found this metal now that they've been finding in this technology. They say flying saucers. I've never seen a flying saucer. I don't. There's a lot of women and men out there that are making a big contribution to magnetic pull engines too. But they're saying, oh, it's a flying saucer. Flying saucer technology. No, it ain't. It's our technology. We're smart. We can do it, people. We are very intelligent, and God blesses us with intelligence if we obey His laws. If we don't, we're in big doo-doo, people. Because right now, He's watching all the little babies being murdered. When you murder a baby, where does he go? He goes straight into heaven because he's a martyr. God has made it so like that. Because you are born with a soul and a guardian angel. And if you don't believe that, then you're believing apes. You're a monkey believer. You believe that God created man from apes. So let all the apes believe that. I don't believe that. I'm spiritual. I believe in God. I believe that He is in charge. And Biden, you say, let's get him out of there. Oh, think about it. I'm a Trump man, really, to tell you the truth. I like Trump. But Biden's doing what needs to be done. We're at zero population growth in the United States, people. He's got to open the gates up. There's no way we're going to be able to keep the population going unless we let people in. Because we're not making them. We're aborting them. 55 million of them since the abortion law. That's more than all. That's how many times more? How many times does 600,000 go into 55 million? That's how many times more we are killing our population. All the veterans that died in the wars from World War I till now are praying. They gave their lives for their country. And what are we doing? Arbitration. Let foreign countries come in and take over. Nothing you can do about it. We got control of the courts. We got control of the government. We got control. All you're corrupt. We're going to take you over. And China's standing at the front of the line because they came in and took all of our technology and they didn't pay a dime for it. I say we're even. I say we drop what we owe them because they stole from us. We're going to take it back. They're a culture, been around for 4,000 years. We're only 260 years old, people. Our culture is only 260 years old. And we're up against a 4,000-year-old culture. Who's going to win? They got twice as... They got 308 million goes into a billion. What's their population? 1,200,000,000 or something like that? I don't know what it is. I should have looked that up before I made this tape. But I'm just saying they got a big population. There's more Christians in their country than there are in the United States. So who's God going to favor? Think about that. Oh, well, we're a Christian nation. So isn't China. And so aren't all the other countries that have billions of people. They have more Christians. Catholic Christians, I don't know. Catholic Christians, even in Catholic Christians, there's not as many Catholics in the church anymore. Only 25% of them are considered to be Catholic because they believe in the Shekinah, the true presence of Christ in Eucharist, where 70% don't. They're Protestant. They don't believe in the true presence of Christ. It's only in remembrance of Him. Martin Luther, he started that whole thing, planted a church, and 42,000 other churches were planted. Different concepts. Well, how many people do you have in your church? Oh, 250. 250 what? 250. Oh, really? You mean you can make a living off of 250? Oh, yeah, they give generously. There's a lot of churches like that. And they're exempt from government, too. They don't have to pay any taxes or nothing. That's one thing I got about the Catholic Church. They don't pay taxes on their property. They got all these people up from Kenya and all them countries down in Africa coming in the United States and begging for nickels and dimes off the people for their people down there, the mud hut people. People that have to drink that water out of that river and get all kinds of diseases. I want to put water wells in it. And we had a guru, like I was saying, this Mr. Beast guy went in there and put 100 water wells in there. I was so happy about that guy. I'm praying still for him. Where did this guy come from? He's a young guy, too. He don't care about money. He gives it away. He says, got so much of it. That's what's in the world. There's so much money in the world, but everybody is greedy and hoarding it. They're not sharing nothing. Look at one guy from YouTube goes into Kenya and he frees the whole nation from water wells. They got water wells now. 600 feet down they go. He went and gave all the kids bicycles and soccer balls and supplied the schools. I mean, how much money does this guy have? I heard he goes around in a shopping cart with $10,000 in $1 bills or something like that, and wheels it around until he finds somebody who's down and out. And he gets, I'm done shopping here. Take my cart. You can have it. You got a cart full of money. What is he telling everybody? Hey, you bunch of greedy hoarders, look what you can do in life, and you're sitting around. You know, what's a guy going to say? I gave you that much, and how'd you invest it? What'd you do with it? How'd you help out the poor? How did you help society out with all your wealth that I gave you? Oh, some will say I helped, and they did. Like that guy that went down to Kenya. I don't even know if he's religious or not. He's got to be. You got to have a generous heart. You got to be religious. You got a generous heart, because generosity isn't stimulated by hate and lust and greed, hoarding, money. That isn't generosity. That's the opposite of generosity. Generosity is, the poor little babies, look at them. They need a well of water. We're going to give them one. And what do? The guy went in there and put 100 of them. He even put towers in so they can store it up in the town. They had water pressure coming out of it. The only thing is now is that the magnetic pole engine, but they don't realize that their cars, any cars in that country, is a generator. Because they have new gadgets now you can hook up to your battery and just run the motor. You have to have gas, still subject to gas and all that stuff. Whether it's propane or liquid or what about H2O? But now they got magnetic. And we don't even need gas or fuel or anything now. If we put our money in it, invest it. But try to get all the people that have got their wealth in oil to take their money out of oil and put it in magnetic pole engines. How about just a portion of it till it gets rolling? Then you see, wow, this is where the money's at. Oh, okay, well, let oil take a back seat. No more pollution. You wonder, how am I knowing all this stuff? How am I talking to people and trying to get through to them? How am I doing all that? I'm not doing it. The Holy Spirit's doing it. I'm not saying, I'm the Holy Spirit. I'm not. I'm just a human being like you. I'm a sinner. But I've given up my sin. I have given up the stink of my soul. Because God, when in judgment, he'll go, I smell holiness. All the holy people on this side. And he'll go, what's that smell? Oh, hate. I don't like the smell of hate. Greed. I don't like the smell of greed. Lust. I hate lust. God hates lust. God hates. God is very displeased with people that are sticking their tongues down each other's throat. I mean, he doesn't object to their love between each other. It's when they get into the bed and try to make it a marriage or something, like they're going to reproduce a child. 2 men, yeah, right. 2 women. Well, they can go out and get impregnated. But I'm not saying what they do is good either, because they take a child out of an orphanage now. The law. Take a child out of the orphanage, bring it home, give it a bedroom and clothing, and give it schooling, and have a family life with you and your hubby, hubby, or a mama marriage, or a hubby marriage, and you have a family. But they don't realize what they're doing. That child, it's just a little baby right now. You give it a baba, smell its head. Oh, it's beautiful little baby. And then it grows up a little bit more and it's listening at night. At night it listens. It goes, hears just nothing. All of a sudden he hears a bang in bed on the wall or something, or moaning and groaning. He's going, what's that? What's that happening? Oh, what's that? And then he hears the climax. And he doesn't think anything about it until he reaches the age of maturity. And when he reaches the age of maturity, he's not listening anymore. He's got a jar of Vaseline in his hand. And what? You just perverted a child. It's better for you to take a millstone, put it around your neck, and go out in the middle of the ocean and throw yourself into the deepest part, because your punishment is going to be worse than that when you pervert a child. And that's what we're doing, people. The United States has turned their face from God. Thou shalt not kill. It's kill, kill, kill. We can kill and defend our country. Defend what's right. But what's right about killing babies? What's right about perverting our children? They're going to grow up and they're not going to care about anything but just what they can get their hands on. Lust or money. That's what you're creating, people. When you let those laws in the United States be. Biden can't change them. He can only go along with them so he can get the votes and do the best he can. Because the majority of people are doing it now. 50-50, no more. People who are in abortion, people who are greedy, money, oil, everything else, the population is more than half. Population is for that. So whoever's for that is the one's going to be sitting in office. How can you do any good if you're not sitting in office? You got to appeal to the people. And that's what Biden's doing. He's just a human being like us. He's just a human being. They got him corrupted by China. Well, who hasn't been corrupted by China? Not one of us. We all can't throw a stone at Biden for that. Because we're all doing it to ourselves, to our own country. We'll be corrupted and taken over, not by a foreign nation, but from within. From within, because that's what we're doing. We're going against God's laws. And God will not stop loving us, but he'll turn his head. And he'll get away from the smell, the stench of sin. He'll go to a country that is flourishing like Africa. They're bringing people out of the bushes down there and they're bringing them to the United States. They're taking over our churches. They're bishops and they're monsignors and they're priests. Because we don't have anybody anymore. Everybody else has abandoned them because they can't do the priest work anymore. They got to be the administrator, the hire and fire people. They got to do all that work. They don't want to do that. They just want to do confessions and make communion and say mass and heal the people rather than boss them around, tell them they're fired or not. They don't want no part of that. So you don't get people interested in it as much. There are still those that come in. Well, how many come in because they love God or they love money? A lot of them come in because they love money too. And it's more than 1%, people. I'm sorry I was there. I've lived it 75 years. I went to a monastery once, Benedictine monastery. so full of homosexuals, they were running away with each other on the weekends, staying away maybe for a month or two. It was good. And coming back and begging to get back in so they can find another boyfriend. I saw it happen. I was involved as a director. I was in a program at a Benedictine monastery school that they rented out to the state. So it had state influence. None of the professors they were all atheists. They all told us that too while we sat down in their philosophy and theology classes. They're only there to teach the program. They don't believe in God. And then halfway through the course, you get all these guys stand up. I don't believe in God anymore. I'm not going to believe in God. Young kids. That's what we're doing, people. Don't you understand what's going on out there? I'm trying to hip everybody. I'm trying to show everybody what's going on. Tell them. And you watch and see. I don't even know if these films are going to probably have to die for them to say, what was this guy? What was he all about? Oh, well, that makes sense. Oh, who was this guy? I was just a regular human being. My whole history is on film. You want to know something about me? You want some of me? You can get some of me. Who wants some of me? I'm just a little old man. I don't have any chutzpah left. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I got a lot of chutzpah left. Try to handle that. I can't even say it because the Satan has got all the words, everything you say about, oh, I can overcome that. Oh, really? Let's see you overcome that. How you going to overcome it? You got it in hand? Jeez. Look what he did to our language, people. Look what he did to our language. So what's he doing to our soul? He's powerful. He's the color. I'll show you, God. This one ain't worth it. That one ain't worth it. I'll take them. Put them in hell. They can stoke the flame.